Hi guys, Firmbie with you, and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. It's great to have your company. Now we're actually looking at episode 35 of the 15-minute makeover series. It's a series that we want to grab a car out of Car Mechanic and see if we can repair it within 15 minutes. And today I've got for you a Bentley repair. It's one of the two cars that have been recently released here in Car Mechanic. We'll just have a quick look inside of it, and this is something I'm more used to, a right-hand side car. Finally, we have a right-hand side car in Car Mechanic, which is nice to see. A nice looking interior. It looks fairly. I would think that this is probably released late 70s would be my guess. I'd have to look that up for you, but yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a fairly older looking style of car. Let's get into this build here and see what we need to do to this particular car. It is nice lines actually on the Bentley. Knocking noise from the engine bay, parts not discovered, so we need to find those. Our magic number is 64%. We always need to know what our magic number is, so we know what to repair the parts up to. A lot of parts that we need to discover throughout this particular build, and so let's get into it and see what we can actually find. One of those repairs is simply take off the oil filter and replace with new oil. So it's one of the things that we can very quickly and easily do. Just a matter of locating where that oil plug is. Now, from the previous build we did, there it is there. The oil plug is actually located in slightly different positions, actually on the side of the oil pan, whereas the other cars have been on the bottom. So we drop that oil out. Let's get this filter off while we're here. And we might even actually, while here, we might actually even just put a brand new filter on, and we can get that one bowled over. Simply type in oil in the top here in your search bar, and obviously anything in relation to oil comes up. Oil filter V8 OHV is the one we're looking for. It is. And so we'll just simply purchase that one, and we'll get him stowed straight away. So it had a range of parts that we need to locate. The exhaust system was one. I think there was some gearbox problems in there as well. So we need to locate those. We'll just get this oil stoved away. Nice golden crisp new oil. And that just ticks off one of those repairs on our repair list. There we go, nice and full. And let's start digging away. That exhaust manifold looks a bit shagged, so he can come off first. And there'll be another one on the other side, the alternator. Actually, that's a strange place for an alternator. I've not seen an alternator in that position before, but that's one of the beauty about some of these newer cars, is they have the parts in slightly different positions. You've got to go looking for them and discover where these parts are and what you need to do to them, and what you need to take off before you get to the part that you require. So as you can see, they just need to take the belts off before we're actually able to get to that alternator. Let's get the old girl in the air and see what we can do actually underneath it. So we're looking at the brake components, the exhaust components, things of that nature. I don't think there was too many suspension parts on this particular build, but let's have a look at those while we're here. A sway bar, in and out of tie rods. They're going to need attention by the looks of it. That steering rack, may need to take that steering rack out as well. Bottom suspension arm, he's going to be fine. Let's spin around to this other quarter on this side and do exactly the same on this side. Just take that tyre off and have a look at the suspension parts. Excuse me. Again, in and out of tie rods, so not looking too well. Steering rack, we'll get that out. And what was he worth? I didn't actually come up with their value. Get those muffler components off. They're going to need attention as well. There we go. The front exhaust section for the T-Series is 26%. So again, he's going to need to be looked at. Just looking at what suspension parts need to be looked at on this rear component here. Looks like some of those U-spring bolts, leaf spring bolts. I think that's what they're called. Take that one off, and then we're actually able to get the spring plate. There we go. He was 0% that leaf spring plate, so definitely going to need to be replaced. Do exactly the same on this side, and it looks like that same plate on this side is going to need replacing as well, so we'll get him ripped off fairly quickly. Just need to take this U-bolt off, and then we're able to take the plate off like so. While we are getting these parts off, guys, just remember that if you've got a particular build that you're quite proud of, or you want me to have a look at, or you're stuck on, yeah, just put it down in the comment section below, maybe a link to your channel. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see the repairs and the restorations that you're doing in your garage. Perhaps you're doing something different. I'd love to hear how you're doing yours. Are you using new parts? Are you using performance parts? What colour are you painting your cars? How many do you have in your garage? Yeah, as I said, just chime in the comment section below. If you do like the car mechanic footage, guys, just pop over to the channel, and there's quite a lot of repairs and restorations on the whole wide range of cars over on my channel. So yeah, just pop over. Love to hear from you. Just pop a comment down. If you like what you see, yeah, whack a like down, and if you feel so desire, then chuck a subscription down as well, just so you don't miss out on any future content. Just looking at our order form there, there's quite a couple other parts that we're still yet to discover, parts not discovered in regards to the engine noise, or a knocking noise in the engine bay, I should say. So we just need to go a bit of some Sherlock Holmes digging here, just to find out what's actually would cause that. I'm thinking perhaps rocket covers, or what are they called? Pin rods? Oh goodness, I can't think of the name of them off the top of my head. Oh, actually, that looks like a culprit there. We'll just get this rocket arm off first. Push rods is a word I'm looking for. And I reckon there was one of these push rods that actually were knackered. So yeah, the part's still not discovered. Get this engine cover off here. As I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not the push rods that we're actually looking for. We'll get that arm off, and we'll look at these push rods. I reckon that one, about the fourth one in, doesn't look that healthy. There we go, valve push rods. There's one on this side, he's at 18%, so he's going to need replacing. And I reckon there was actually one on this side too, if I'm not mistaken. What's, yeah, 20%, yep. And that's in fact what it was, the valve push rods were the two remaining parts that we actually needed to find. So again, our magic number, 64%. We actually need to repair any of those parts up to 64%. Would be awesome. Oops, just broke that one. So and that one.
User left your channel.
Don't you just love that noise when you break your part? So looks like we've got all the parts that we're actually are able to repair up. And we'll get those parts in. I just did a little bit of off-camera work, guys, just to purchase those parts that weren't able to be repaired, and we're able to get those stoved away fairly quickly. Nice Bentley sign actually on the engine cover there. Just a little touches like this certainly make the game more interesting. When we got the the emblems on the engines and the emblems on the wheels. Does make it a nice looking car. I'm actually looking forward to doing a full restorations on some of these Bentleys, but just a matter of getting some funds back in the old account before I start looking at any of the restorations. So we'll just have a quick look at those. Account balance just shy of $22,000, so we're just going to need a little bit more money in the bank before we start looking at any of the restorations. I suppose the other way is actually to look at selling some of these cars that we've got stored in the garage, but yeah, well, that's no fun. If you're going to build them, you might as well keep them, right? That's the way I look at it anyway. So we're just doing these repairs, as I said, just to build up the old bank balance, so we're able to look at some of these bigger restorations. So we're just looking at getting the remainder of these parts back in. Excuse me, a bit of a frog in the throat at the moment. Let's see what we have here. Looks like they've still got the exhaust systems to go in, the steering rack as well, and as I said, the exhaust system. So let's get back under the car, and we'll get those exhaust systems, and I think there's a couple of suspension parts too, if my memory serves me correctly too. And getting these the gearbox components stoved away. Again, if you like this particular build, then just chime in the comments section, guys. I've done a variety of different ways I present these in normal speed and in fast motion too, just for to keep the time nice and short for you. So let me know what particular style that you like, whether you like the full builds or whether you like them sped up so you can actually see them a lot quicker. As I said, just chime in the comments section and let me know. So just those exhaust systems going in now, and that drive shaft, 4 bolts on this end and another 4 on the other end, and that secures the drive shaft like so. And we come down to this quarter. I think we just had the spring plate, there we go, and a couple of those U-bolts to go in to secure that as well. I think that's all we actually had on this particular quarter, so we're able to put the tyre on once these U-bolts are stoved away. And I think that actually completes any work we need to do on this particular quarter. So let's spin around the other side and see what we've got to do on this side. Very much the same on this side, yeah, just a leaf spring plate to go on and those U-bolts as well. We had to actually buy brand new plates for both sides. And get the tyre straight on top of that. Excuse me. Yeah, just one sway bar. I don't think we need to actually replace the sway bar on the other side. So it's just that one sway bar on this particular side. The steering rack had to be repaired up as well, and brand new inner and outer tie rods. Actually, I can't remember the last time I actually repaired any of those inner and outer tie rods. I've always actually purchased brand new ones. So it's interesting. Some parts you're able to repair up, and others that you actually just simply throw away or sell and purchase brand new ones. An inner and outer tie rod going in on this side, and I reckon that's all we had to do on this particular quarter. That should just about get us very, very close to this this repair. So yep, nothing left in the inventory, which is fantastic. It's always a good sign. Just rechecking that. Green lights across the board, which is very excellent. So it means we've repaired all the parts up to the required value. And let's crunch some of those numbers. We'll get that bonnet closed up. Okay, all repaired up to the 64%. Money spent on the job, 1,774. For completing the task, we've got 884. For completing the job, 885, which gives us a total earned of $3,540. Alright guys, thank you very much for your company. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.